Solving a hard puzzle in a game can make you feel like a genius, but getting stuck on one can frustrate you to the point of throwing the controller and quitting the game for good. In the last decade, we've seen a number of puzzles in games that have challenged our brains and even brought the gaming community together to figure them out. Here are 4 of the most challenging puzzles in gaming, brought to you by America's Navy. The intricate puzzles in Fez required serious dedication to solve, but none more so than the black Monolith puzzle. If you're a completionist, your mission is to collect all the special cubes in the game, including 3 secret red cubes. To get the final red cube, you need to figure out the secret of the black Monolith. You won't be able to find the puzzle on your first playthrough. Beat the game to unlock the ability to look around in first person. Then once you're in the right room, you have to use your new ability to stand on a blank square and input a specific code to activate the monolith. The problem? It's impossible to figure out on your own. Players in the Fez community had to band together to figure out the code and test every single possibility. Once you put in the code, the mysterious floating block appears, and now you have to figure out what to do with it. Fez's development team leaked clues that another code had to be entered somewhere else in the room. It took the Fez community over 66,000 tries to figure it out, so you have their tireless work to thank. If you've got the time, you could try to crack the code yourself, but if not, Mindless Walkthroughs was kind enough to create a walkthrough video with the code on screen. Red cubes for everyone. About halfway through Dishonored 2 during the 6th mission, you find yourself in the Dust District. Here you will come across the Jindosh lock, which keeps you from getting into Stilton's Manor. The Jindosh lock is a combination lock that requires you to match a set of names with a set of symbols. Figuring out the combination of the lock allows you to skip most of the Dust District mission, so how do you do it? To the right of the door you will find the Jindosh Riddle, which spells out the solution to the lock combination. If you're stumped by the riddle and you try to look up the solution online, you're out of luck. The riddle and its details are randomized for each game, so someone else's solution will not work for you. Tough break. Time to crack some codes. While it is possible to test out every possible combination, that would take a really long time. The Jindosh Riddle is a logic grid puzzle that contains short word problems. GameCrate built one that you can find on their site. The trick is to figure out the relationship between the different elements mentioned within the riddle. And while figuring out the solution may not really save you any time overall, you do get an achievement for solving it called Eureka. Portal brought us unique gameplay that challenged our perspective and problem-solving abilities. Figuring out how to use the portals to traverse through each level forces you to think differently and really tests your spatial awareness. The hardest portal test chamber by far is Chamber 18, where all of the skills you have developed up until that point are put to the test. YouTube user X12OZX demonstrates how to move through the chamber in this video, making it look easy and making me feel really dumb. Carefully place your portals to move up the levels in the chamber. You come across a door to the exit. In order to open it, you need a cube to hold down the button. Getting the cube involves figuring out this mess of a room. Get through the androids, get across the room, get the cube, and get back to the button to hold it down. But wait, there's more. As if getting the cube wasn't hard enough, you have to quickly ascend platforms and shoot portals in midair in order to get to the top and finish the level. Whew! Last on our list is a puzzle game so challenging that I quit halfway through and never went back. The Witness is a 3D puzzle game that involves exploring an open world. You progress by navigating mazes and solving puzzles that each have their own set of rules, with clues scattered around the island or within the environment. Some puzzles have no clues at all. There are around 650 puzzles in The Witness, but fortunately, you don't have to solve all of them to finish the game. While the entire game belongs on this list, one section of puzzles in particular is the most difficult and mentally exhausting: the infamous challenge. The challenge is an optional set of puzzles located inside the mountain. It's a time-based challenge that requires completing 14 randomized puzzles within 7 minutes. To solve the puzzles, you must draw on the rules you have learned throughout the game. It's impossible to cheat off a walkthrough, as someone else's puzzles won't be the same set you end up with. As PS4 Trophies demonstrates here, head deep into the mountain to find the challenge. Solve this pillar, then make your way through the area until you find the music box to start the challenge. Music will start to play. If you have not solved all the puzzles by the time the music stops, you will fail. If you screw up and need to start over, the puzzles are randomly generated and will be different every time. It's incredibly stressful. Those are 4 of the most challenging puzzles in gaming brought to you by America's Navy. What do you think the hardest puzzle in gaming is? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching.